this video is going to be about our friend Parabens. I've heard so many natural YouTuber bloggers talk about products being paraben free, and I'm like, oh yeah, paraben free, but I was kind of fronting because I didn't really know what that meant. I assumed it meant some kind of chemical that you shouldn't have in your products, but I didn't really know what a paraben was or how it affected you or why we were trying to avoid it. So I recently did some research, and basically paraben, from the FDA website and from a few other websites that I read up on, is basically a preservative, aka a filler. So it's something you put in your cosmetics to increase and stretch it, as well as stretch the lifespan of the product. It's just a filler, kind of like a injection. People get Botox. It's something to fill empty space. So why is it bad? Why don't we like it? Well, recently there have been parabens found in breast cancer tissue. Dun dun dun. Right. So that's no good, because obviously somehow it's getting into the tissue from some part of our body. Now, I don't want you to freak out and think that parabens cause cancer. However, there has been some research being conducted to see if those two are hand in hand. And from the FDA website, they said whenever it's used in a 2% form or less, really no eyebrows are raised or whatever, it's just at 25%. So if 25% of a product consisted of any of the major parabens, it didn't say what happens at that point, but they said just keep it under that. Most normal levels are 2% or 1.5%. Maybe everyone else knew this, but I didn't know, so I'm going to share it with you. When you look at your ingredients, if you read what all of your ingredients are, they are listed in the order of the amount of that particular ingredient that is used. So for instance, this is my As I Am curling jelly, which I love, by the way. This is like a makeshift style. I had it pinned up in ponytail holders, but since I'm at home chilling now, I took them out. But I actually still have a lot of curl definition, as you can see. Yeah. So I love it. I really, really enjoyed it. I'll do a product review eventually. But, so for this particular product, the first ingredient listed is water. So that means this particular ingredient is made up of majority water, because that's the main ingredient used. And then it goes to extracts, which were the aloe, barbatinus, and the beetroot and glycerin and other stuff. So they're listing them in order of what the majority of the product is. So I guess for the 2 to 1.5%, you would want your parabens, if you're going to use something that has them, you would want those to be listed on the bottom row or somewhere towards the end, because that would mean it would consist of the least amount of that particular product. Make sense? Then I also did an inventory on my particular stuff that I have that I don't really use so much anymore, but that I just have, and found 3 culprits that have parabens. The first one, let's start with the least obvious. I went to my local beauty supply store and bought this aloe oil. But really got me is it was cheap. It was like maybe $2, so that was the first thing. Secondly, it says for dry, damaged, relaxed, or weak hair. My hair isn't really any of those, but it's thick. So whenever it says for hair that needs help, I usually get that because I like to feel the product on my hair because it's thick. Then they listed all the ingredients here. And do you see it? Excuse my broke down nails, but this right here is a Profula paraben. I don't know, it's probably hard to read, but it's a Profula paraben. And with parabens, it's not just going to say a paraben, it's going to be something paraben at the end, along word with like some Y's and X's and all these other funky letters, and then at the end it'll say paraben. It's a paraben. And that one is actually listed pretty much in the middle of the list, so that means this contains a lot of paraben. Now, I haven't used a lot of this. It smelled really good too. I think that's part of the reason why I bought it. It smelled really nice, so sorry, it's going in the trash. Now, for this one, the paraben is listed on the second row. If you see it right there, methyl paraben. Yeah, there she is. Which makes me concerned because I know the first row, it goes water, cetearyl, alcohol, a cone. There's cones in there too, but I'll do a separate video on silicones and things that have cones that coat your hair. But there's some kind of chloride, some kind of perfume to make it smell nice, and then the paraben is listed 6th. So it's before the avocado oils and the other good stuff that you usually would like to have apricot oil in your hair. So that made me a little nervous also, so sorry, $4, gotta go in the trash. Bam! Mixed Chicks leave-in conditioner. This was another product that I bought because I heard a lot of people raving over Mixed Chicks and how it made your hair feel so nice and smooth. And I remember the first time I used this, I didn't use very much because the container's still pretty much all the way full. But the first time I used it, I didn't really feel anything extra. You know, when you wash your hair and you start detangling and the tangles just melt away and your hair feels so silky soft and you just want to keep petting yourself. I didn't have that feeling from this, so I never went back to it. But now I'm actually happy that I did not, because methylparaben, the propylparaben, as well as the butylparaben. 3. There's 3 in this. Now the positive thing is they're all in the bottom to second to bottom row, so they come right before the fragrance and the coloring, the yellow number 5 and yellow number 6. So all of the jojoba oils and the safflower oils and the emulsifying wax and wheat protein and water, all of that is high above, but it does also have a cone too. Yeah. Sad. So sad. Hurts my heart. Because this, if my memory serves me correct, was supposedly, I feel like it was like over $10. So it was more of an investment made to purchase this Mixed Chicks leave-in conditioner. So I'm personally choosing not to purchase and support products that have these in them. Not all products have them. But be careful, because for instance, like the Mixed Chicks, well, another reason why I purchased it was because it said cruelty-free and vegan. So when I read that, I said, well, it's gotta be good. But yeah, it's vegan, you know, and yeah, it's cruelty-free, but it also has those fillers to fill up this 10 fluoride ounce container. So yeah. So the whole purpose of this video was just to let you guys know to beware. Read your labels. If you're going to be on a natural journey and be serious about it and really want to create a healthy lifestyle all the way around, start reading your labels before you purchase stuff and know what to look out for. The 3 main things that I'm looking out for now when I buy new products is no excessive alcohols. I know some products are going to have alcohol, but I know it dries your hair out, so not a lot of alcohols. Mineral oil is bad. I'll probably do a video on that. Cones such as silicone, dimethicone, a lot of those coat your hair, and I've heard bad stories about that. I haven't done the research yet, but I've just heard that's not good. And then also the parabens. Now we know what those are about. So when I'm looking at my label, I'm looking for simplicity. I'm looking for things that are easily able to be translated, and that's what I'm using as a basis on why I buy my product. So feel free to comment, rate, subscribe, all that jazz. Hope this helped you with more information regarding what parabens are, how they work, and just a little bit more insight. I encourage you all to Google Parabens if you want more information. And in the future, when you start buying more products, flip over the label before you take it to the checkout aisle, just to see, even if it matters to you or not. I just say be conscious of it, just so you know, and you can respond however you'd like. Talk to you guys later. Bye.